Hey, what's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mark, where I like talking all things music, news stories, and my own personal series, Mark Under the Microscope, where I give you an inside look as to who I am as a person through inspirational and motivational vlogging. So if you like things like that, please remember to slash that like button and annihilate that subscribe button and hit that post notification bell. I drop videos like this every Monday and Friday and every day in between. And also, leave me comments down below. I love interacting with you guys. I'll also do subscriber requests, so huge shout out to my subscribers out there. I love you guys because without you, there would be no me and there would be no channel. But I think I've talked enough, so let's just jump straight into these videos. Let's go!
I knew you'd come. Somehow I just knew you'd find me. Not knowing where I was or when I was coming back sent you crazy. I kept my spies on you.
Yeah.
Come on.
My young homie sends me messages all the time. Only 15. He tells me about his life, so I tell him something like this. Yo, who the fuck said it's cool to be broke? You gotta focus, go and get it with a different approach. You gotta watch who you kick it with. You make a bad decision, those the ones you go to prison with.
Ooh, come on.
The brother's doing time, nobody goes to visit him, the pain is in his eyes. And he ain't never got a letter from his so-called friends. They disappeared, I really thought that they was road dogs then.
Come on.
Too many possibilities, I'm constantly giving you knowledge, but it's obvious the obstacles are much greater. Yeah. Your close friends become your close haters.
Hey.
But it's nothing to be afraid of. Tomorrow's never promised, yo, it's not what it seems. I know it's hard, homie, hope you go and follow the dream. Yeah.
Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me.
I know you fucking up in school lately. I know your mom's feeling like you acting rude lately.
Hey.
You won't admit it, but you chilling with the wrong circle. And I know that you've been fighting till your knuckles turn purple. You don't wanna live your whole life at your mom's crib. Become a young dad stuck with the wrong chick.
Come on.
Big, take your mama out the ghetto. Provide for your family, take them to another level. Believe me, kid, you don't wanna pick up that gun. I know some coward motherfuckers that'll do that for fun. You a man, it's the love for your fam. You gotta look into your mother's eyes and know where you stand. Brainwashed by the streets behind enemy lines. The love's blind, time flies till your best friend dies. When you stop for a second and your heart turns cold. Another young man lost, another story gets told. Yeah.
Come on.
Everything around me. Cash rules everything around me.
This was awesome. I gotta listen to this again. Wow. I'm definitely listening to this again. This was too short. This was too short. I gotta listen to this again. I gotta bring that back. I love this.
Yeah. My young homie sends me messages all the time. Only 15. He tells me about his life, so I tell him something like this. Yo, who the fuck said it's cool to be broke? You gotta focus, go and get it with a different approach. You gotta watch who you kick it with. You make a bad decision, those the ones you go to prison with.
Come on.
My older brother's doing time, nobody goes to visit him, the pain is in his eyes. And he ain't never got a letter from his so-called friends. They disappeared, I really thought that they was road dogs then. Too many possibilities, I'm constantly giving you knowledge, but it's obvious the obstacles are much greater. Yeah. Your close friends become your close haters.
Hey.
But it's nothing to be afraid of. Tomorrow's never promised, yo, it's not what it seems. I know it's hard, homie, hope you go and follow the dream.
Hey.
Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me.
I I know you fucking up in school lately. I know your mom's feeling like you acting rude lately. You won't admit it, but you chilling with the wrong circle. And I know that you've been fighting till your knuckles turn purple. You don't wanna live your whole life at your mom's crib. Become a young dad stuck with the wrong chick. Gotta dream big, take your mama out the ghetto. Provide for your family, take them to another level. Believe me, kid, you don't wanna pick up that gun. I know some coward motherfuckers that'll do that for fun. That'll make you a man. It's the love for your fam. You gotta look into your mother's eyes and know where you stand. Brainwashed by the streets behind enemy lines. The love's blind, time flies till your best friend dies. When you stop for a second and your heart turns cold. Another young man lost, another story gets told.
Come on.
Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me.
That was amazing. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So I want to sit here and talk about King Lil G, Cash Rules. I love this, but the only thing that I wish it was longer, but it seemed like it was a freestyle, so I'm not going to sit there and knock him for that, because it seemed like this is something that he may have came up off the top of the dome and just was like, okay, I'm just going to just sit there and just spit. And I love his approach, and I loved his execution with this track. I love how he was telling a story of knowledge and like street knowledge and just the streets in general of growing up. And I felt like for a second like I was his brother, and that he was just telling me of like how the streets can either sit there and run you, or you can run the streets, if that sit there and make sense and make something of yourself. And like that's like the kind of vibe that I was sitting there gathering from it. I don't know if you guys were feeling the same way, but that's what I kind of took from it. I love his story telling capability. This reminds me of something that Tupac would sit there and how he would rap and just and flow and just sit there and just execute in a way that King Lil G just did, like just through his storytelling methods and just talking about how life in Cali is. Like that's just how, like that's the whole vibe that I got, like LA, because if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me in the comments below, King Lil G is from Cali too as well, from LA, like Tupac. And that's the type of vibe that I got from him. Like almost even when I'm sitting there thinking of almost like even Snoop Dogg being from Long Beach and being from LA County, like those, like that's the type of vibe that I was getting. Like you were sitting there getting a story from your older cousin, your older brother, and they just sitting there telling you about how the streets of Cali are, and just how hard it is and how difficult it is to navigate and just try to become something and try to escape that pain and that hurt and that disenfranchisement that you're experiencing. But you're sitting there making the best of what you're dealt, and how with the cards that you're dealt, and you're gonna play that hand regardless. Like in spades, like you only can have one spade in your hand, but you're gonna sit there and make it count and try to get at least one book off of something. Like that's what I got from this. Like he's like, okay, I was dealt this hand, like whatever, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna either let it devour me and consume me, or I'm gonna rise above it and become like a phoenix and rise from the ashes and soar and take off. Like that's what and turn into an eagle. Like that's what I got from this track. Like I thought it was very intellectually deep and stimulating, and made you think, and made you view the world in a different way, and just how growing up in the inner city affects a lot of people, even if you're not used to it. Like you can sit there and be from the suburbs, or you could be from a country town, but listening to this song and just how he sat there and painted the imagery of it, I feel like you would sit there and gain a knowledge and a perspective of what minorities have to go through on a daily basis growing up within the system, a system that sits there and is kind of put in place to disenfranchise you from the jump, if that kind of makes sense. But you have to sit there and make the most of it and make the best out of it, because you always have to, like you always have to be twice as good to get half of what somebody else has within our dynamic of growing up, of being minorities in this world, especially within America. You have to be twice as good to sit there and get at least half of what somebody else has. And I just love how that kind of, just the way he spit and the way he spoke, and just through his artistry and through his philosophical knowledge of life in general, and his kind of like retrospective and like outer facade, like him stepping out of himself and being able to rap about it and tell the story in that way, and take an introverted look at himself and tell a story of a boy who's trying to sit there and escape and trying to be something in the world. I love it. I thought that was phenomenal. I thought it was deep. Like, I have nothing to say else about it, but that was perfect. And I'm going to end the video right here. So let me know what you thought about King Lil G with Cash Rules in the comments below. And please remember to be safe out there. Remember to stay awesome. Be awesome, because you guys are all awesome. This is your boy Mark, and I'm signing off. Deuces.
They need rappers like me. They need rappers like me, so they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy, Chung Lee. Hey yo, I've been on.